Nice. Okay, good morning. It's a little bit later than usual. It's Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, and I overslept my alarm. So I'm not even quite sure if I set an alarm looking back at it. I usually wake up pretty early already, but this morning, later, I was awoken to my son. My son woke me up going, Dad, I got to get to cross country. And I look, it's like the minute before he's got to get there. And I'm like, well, okay. So I threw a shirt on, I threw shorts on, and went over and dropped him off. I didn't even have time to put my shoes on. I drove without my shoes. And I made it. He made it. He wasn't even the last one there, which was funny. We saw some kids walking down the street towards his meetup spot, but it was just funny. So I'm still a little groggy. I'm still a little figuring things out. So we'll see if my brain is fully turned on enough to do to do the puzzles today. How about that? All right, what are we looking at? I did have time to put my watch on. I mean, that's kind of part of my this one right here, my dumb watch. People have smart watches. I have a dumb watch. It tells the time. It tells me what day it is. That's all I need it for. It has a stopwatch too, but I don't need a pedometer. I don't need a GPS tracker or whatever. None of that. I don't need to text people from my phone. The last thing I need is yet another way to interrupt my day with buzzing. Yeah, so I slept in. Now, I say slept in. I slept a half hour longer than I thought I would. Not the end of the world, but still, you've slept in, right? You missed the bus, or you missed work or something, missed school, and it's this like frantic panic moment, right? That's how I felt this morning. I woke up in an absolute panic, thinking, "Oh my gosh, I missed something," right? It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just like one of those panic moments. Now, it is getting really close to the beginning of school, and I am a little nervous about the beginning of school. I'll have to set my usual alarms, which are actually 3. I sleep through 2 alarms, and then the final one, I'm like, okay, I got to get up. Is that the way I should do it? No, absolutely not. But in the past, I have needed multiple alarms to get me up to go to school. And no way I'm going to sleep through, 3 alarms. So I'll get up with one of them. I have this bad habit of hitting the snooze button too, but today I just slept through it. I don't even know if I set it. I might not have even set it. I'd practiced last night, and I came home and just crashed. I was so tired. It was fun. It was very fun. We haven't gotten together since the gig when our band played on, what was that, 2 Saturdays ago at the service day. Anyway, let's dive in. Let's play the puzzles. I see in connections, we're trying to create 4 groups of 4 out of 16 words here. I see monorail, viola, looks like voila. No, viola, organ, triangle, groan, train, abut, vehicle, medium, bulge, coach, tetracycline. Why? Oh, tetracycline. Why is that in there? Direct, dioxide, instrumental, guide. What the heck? Okay, how about to guide, to coach, to train? I also see some instruments. I see instrument, viola, organ, and triangle, but I don't know if those go together because I don't see a 4th one. Or there's also a variety of like vehicles, right? There's vehicle, train, monorail. Oh, direct. Wait a minute. Direct is on there. Hold on. Coach, train, guide, and direct. Okay, to instruct. Awesome. Hey, so we didn't miss the red herring. We didn't fall into the trap of the red herring, which was train, monorail. What else would there be? Oh, wait, I see another one. Hold on. Mono, die, meaning two. Triangle, and tetra, meaning four? Or does that mean five? Starting with Greek numeral prefixes. Yep. What does tetra mean? Does tetra mean four? I thought tetra meant... I don't know. Who knows? Let's see. So then there's the hardest one and the more easy one, the green one and the purple one. Vehicle, medium, instrument, I feel like go together. But with what? Vehicle it's a carrier. A medium is a carrier. Okay. So then, viola has strings. Yesterday we had one too that was like close. What was it? I was trying to remember what it was. Pump the brakes, pump iron, right? Pumping things. And somebody in the chat said, "Oh, it's you're close." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm close? Close with what?" Abutment? Is that right? No, it's one away. Okay. Maybe organ? Okay, that's what they're going for. Means. Organ? Hey, Sujan, how you doing? Do you say Suyan or Sujan? And then bulge, abut, viola, and groan? Anagrams of musical... Voila. I was saying it right. I'm so dumb. You know how when you get a word stuck in your head and it's like you can't see it another way? My kids do that a lot when they're reading something and they just, the character in the video game now has this strange name and I come in and I'm like, "Why are you calling it that?" Well, that's the word. I'm like, "No, sound it out." This one is French. The I makes like an A sound. Right? Voila, viola. And then groan is an anagram for organ. Bulge is an anagram for what? Sorry, I gotta figure this out. Bulge? What is bulge an anagram for? I'm really stuck on this. Chat, what is bulge an anagram of? Okay, take a look at those. And some musical instrument. I am a musician. But again, I did just wake up 20 minutes ago, so I don't blame you if we're stuck. Bulge. Gloob. Oh, bugle. Duh. Thank you, Arana. I got it the same time I saw your chat pop up. Bugle. Yep. And then tuba. Oh my gosh. Bugle. I am a musician, but again, I did wake up 15, 20 minutes ago. So I slept through my alarm. Had to drop my son off at cross country. And oh my goodness. Bugle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Connections. The yellow category first was coach, to direct, to guide, and to train. Blue, starting with Greek numeral prefixes, dioxide, monorail, tetracycline, and triangle. Here, humor me for a minute here. What does the prefix tetra mean? Tetra means 4. Okay, great. Awesome. Tetra means 4. The means is the instrument, the medium, the organ, and the vehicle. Organ. Don't know about that one. I disagree with that word, organ, right there. Number one, because it doesn't really fit as a means, a vehicle, right? You think of a medium, a vehicle, an organ? I don't know about that. And then anagrams of musical instruments. The other reason I don't love the word organ there is because organ is technically an anagram of organ. It's mix the letters around, put them in the same order, and then groan is an anagram of organ, right? So you got two anagrams of organ there. One is the original bass, and then the other is groan. Okay, so then purple was anagrams of musical instruments. You got tuba for a butt, bugle after much deliberation, and thank you, Arana, you're absolutely right. Bulge becomes bugle. Groan becomes organ, which is right above it. And then voila, it becomes viola. And my dyslexia kicked in real hard, and I kept calling it viola. Oh, gosh. It hurts. Why am I awake? Think of your large intestine. That means matter going through your body is the organ. Okay, I could see that. All right, we'll let that one slide. We'll let that slide. All right. So we got a 5x5 top, and the very first and the very last are cut out. Fire resistant part of a redwood. I believe is the bark, right? Isn't the bark fire resistant? But then the inside bakes up, burns up. App featuring personalized videos from celebrity. It sounds like deep fakes, right? How can you AI generate personalized videos from celebrities? I don't know. Whoops. I don't know the different apps. Where to find sponges that are always wet? How about in the ocean? That's where you get sponges from. Unless they're artificial sponges. Rousey in the UFC Hall of Fame. UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. If I don't know basic sports like football or basketball, the team names, I do know team names pretty well, but like players, I don't know players. I certainly don't know a UFC fighter's name, so we will have to come back to that one. Upturned parts of a canoe. Upturned parts. I was going to say like the keel, but it's plural. So whatever it is, probably has an S on the end. I was going to say keel or hull or something. The keel is face downward. I don't know. Bring home the bacon. To change as a bill sounds like amend. Passes time at the beach. Maybe reads. Okay. Beer brand with the Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale. I don't drink it all, so I can't tell you. Maybe we'll get it with the across. Now that we have some more letters for the across puzzle, the across clues. What planks, Russian twists, and mountain climbers help to exercise? Your core. Your core. App featuring personalized videos from celebrities. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's Cameo. Okay, so there is a beer brand called Kona. Longboard Island, Big Wave, right? Kona, it's all Hawaiian theme. Okay, it is correct. All right. Good. Okay. I went out on a limb a couple of times there, didn't I? Okay. We did all right. What is that? 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Not that the time matters. It's irrelevant, really. It's fun to just do these. Fire-resistant part of redwood is the bark. Interesting. App featuring personalized videos from celebrities. Cameo. Sure. Is that AI generated? I have no idea. Where to find sponges that are always wet? In the ocean. Ronda Rousey in the UFC Hall of Fame. Sure. She probably beat up lots of people. Upturned parts of a canoe. The ends. Sure. I feel like there could have been many other clues that could have been said there to say ends, right? The ends justify the means, or... Sure, the upturned parts of a canoe. All right. Bring home the bacon. Make that bacon. Change as a bill to amend. Passes time at the beach, maybe. Reads. Yeah, you bring a good book to read at the beach. Beer brand with Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale. Kona. Sure. I don't drink, so I can't tell you. I'm disconnected from that brand. I don't know. What planks, Russian twists, and mountain climbers help to exercise? I don't know any of those except for the plank. Everyone knows a plank. And that does definitely work your core. Cool. All right. And we've got a 6-day streak now. We're recovering from a missed letter or missed word. Actually, that's the only letter I needed, the W for water. I had after, or I forget all the other words I had, but I was so frustrated when I didn't get the Wordle. Can't get them all, though. Can't get them all. And the Wordle stats are generous enough to round up. Technically, I lost my streak, but they rounded up to 100%, which is very gracious of them. Really, it's a 99.5% win ratio, right? Something like that. Okay, so what do we start with today? I'm feeling a G. I don't know why. I'm feeling a G. What if we played our old friend Ghoul? It's not a G. It's not an L. Not any of those things. How about... I could play Spire. I was going to play Spite, but I accidentally hit the R. Sure, we'll play Spire. I was going to say Spite. That's funny. Okay, so there is an S. Not much help today. Wacky. W-A-C-K-Y. A third non-intersecting word. And we've got... There we go again with the Y at the end. I should just start... I should start with words that have a Y at the end, because there have been so many lately that end in a Y. Have you noticed that? Tons of words have started or have ended with a Y. Tons. Okay, so I was gonna say like tasty or something, but I don't want to waste a guess. I know that's not correct because the A is not in the second. So that probably means it either starts with an A or there's two consonants and then an A. I doubt there's three consonants in a row here. I just can't see that. And heaven help me if it's savvy again. No, I'm just kidding. It couldn't be savvy. Because we already know the S and the A don't belong there. Two letters that go together. And it's not the S, right? ST goes together. SM goes together. But it doesn't start with an S. I can't think of any that go together. Maybe it does start with an A. Let's try it. Remember, wasn't artsy? Like about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Antsy? I mean, antsy's a word. And there is an S in it. You're feeling, uneasy. You're feeling jittery. You're feeling antsy. Let's try it. Okay, so no. It does start with the A, though. It does start with the A. So it could be a S something. So S has got to go either here or here. Okay, so if S went here... Wait. Another word. That is another word. Assay. I forget what it means, but I know that that's a word. To assay something. That is a risky guess, though, because that's two double letters. It would tell us where the S goes. It's either one or the other or both. Okay, let's try it. That was risky. Honestly, that was risky. I mean, I'm glad we got it. I'm really glad we got it. But that could have spelled disaster. That could have been a wasted guess. Not wasted. It would have told us where the S goes. But it was risky in the sense of guessing it, even on the fifth. But if you guess early with double letters, you're wasting guesses, right? So to say two S's and two A's is pushing it. You know what I mean? It's kind of risky. I couldn't come up with another word, though. I thought, if it starts with an A, great. And there's an S somewhere, it's either like I don't even know. I'm glad we got it. It keeps up our streak. I feel bad that we missed it about over a week ago. You can't win them all, right? Can't win them all. Okie doke. All right. And then we're diving in and playing the Strands puzzle. And the Strands, there it is. Lycops. You've got that right. Wait, isn't this the one we played yesterday? Hang on. My mind is being blown here. I swear to you, that was the one we played just yesterday. July 30th. Okay. What? Wasn't that the hint yesterday? You got that right. And the word was, let me just come up with one of the words. Taking pains. It's not here. This is a new puzzle with the same theme. I'm losing my mind, guys. You can't do this to me. I woke up a half hour ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, apparently it's a new puzzle, brand new thing, with the exact same theme as yesterday. So yesterday it was, you got that right. Meaning correctness, right? Exact, persnickety. What were the other words? I'm trying to think of the other words yesterday. And then today we get hit with the exact same theme. I need to lie down. Oh, you got that right. I still got, you know how when you wake up, you have like sometimes those like blurry spots in your eye, almost like a gel on top of your eye, and then you blink, it goes away. I'm still seeing those. I'm trying to pick them out of my eye. So maybe this means a different way to think about that. You've got that right. Maybe it's not about being right. You got that right. Remember I said there were multiple ways of thinking of that expression? You got that, right? What? I see the word assembly. What? What does that have to do with anything? Oh gosh. Council? Oh my gosh. What is... you got that right versus you've got that right. The title is slightly different. You're right. I thought that too. You got that or you've got that. You have got that. Right. Okay, assemble. But what does that have anything to do with a council or an assembly? I see a T-I-O-N. Like volition. I don't know. We'll come back to that one. What? Oh, maybe it's T-I-O-N for the spangram. What's all this? Constitution. Oh. These are our rights as U.S. citizens. The right to free speech, the right to peaceful assembly, the right to get counsel if you're like in a lawsuit. What do you call that? If you're in court. Okay, so nope. Life, liberty, and the right to vote. Okay. You've got that right. Instead of you got that right, you've got that. Good heavens. Oh my goodness. You've got that right. You do. The Constitution of the United States, there it is, Constitution, says that we have the right to free speech. Just because you can say it doesn't mean you should say it all the time, though. The right to assemble, the right to legal counsel, the right to vote, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Oh, man. That's pretty cool. Okay. Awesome. And then I hope the letterbox doesn't kick my butt too bad today because I just woke up not that long ago. So let's see how this goes. All right, we have to solve in 4 words today, which means that these are more straightforward letters. There's an E, there's an R, there's an S. All right, let's kind of orient ourselves here a little bit. There's a U and an M and A, I, F, E, Y, L, and O. Oh, L-Y is on the same side. That stinks. S, N, and R. There's no T. Okay, we can't do T words. There's no T. I was going to say element or elemental. There's no C for like frolic. That's a silly word, frolic. Slain. Nori, not a word. This kind of nori is a word, but I don't need to waste a guess. I know that I've already done the I. Okay, I think we need to get rid of the Y first. All the words I'm coming up with have a T in them. Oh, ing would have been nice. Flaring. How about fluorine? Okay. I like that word. If we end up erasing, I'll need to write that one down. Fluorine. I don't think that's spelled right. Emissary. Doesn't that have 2 M's? I think the word emissary has 2 M's. Or am I just spelling it wrong? Nope. I am needing a double letter. I-O-N. I could do like S-I-O-N words, like emulsion. But the M and U are on the same side. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, can we put an S on the end? Fluorines? Not a word. Okay, fluorine. I just wanted to hear it call me a genius again. That's all. I just wanted to hear it say what a good job I did there. Fluorine. Not thinking clearly here. I mean, that's the challenge, right? You wake up your brain to do the puzzles, but... Easy. And then just... I was going to say yam, but A and M are on the same side. Yim. Yim's not a word. I'm thinking of nonsense words now. I just need the M. U, isn't that how you spell U for? Oh, it's a W. Y-E-W. How about yay and then A-I-M for aim? There we go. 4 words. Emir. That's a good word. Emir. Come on. There you go. My buttons aren't responding like they should today. All right. Yesterday's puzzle, like you said, was jounce and epigraph. Good job for getting it in too. That's how it's done, sports fans. A little tiny bit up. There we go. Okay, there's a little delay today. Sorry about that. I am. So what happened? I was in talks with the internet company, and then we went on this big trip, and of course dropped the ball on that. So now that I'm home, I'm tempted to go. Kind of reestablish contact with the internet company to see if they can boost my signal, or maybe I'll just go with somebody else. All right, so fluorine and the E led to easy, and the Y led to yay, and then the A for aim. I like that word, emir. That's a good word. Cool. Yeah, so you guys that are new, we're going to recap all our answers. If you like what you see, give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel, because we do this every day, and it's going to come up in your feed, and you get to watch me do puzzles. Maybe you've already done the puzzles, right? Around you probably already done all these puzzles and more. I watched your stuff. You do those cool puzzles that I've never even seen before. It's pretty awesome. But if you guys would want to follow along every day, like and consider subscribing. Okay, so let's do it. In the connections puzzle today, we are this is not even close to rainbow order because the word organ threw me off there. And voila. That's funny. I pronounced it wrong the entire time. I'll show you what I mean. So yellow was to instruct, to coach, to direct, to guide, and train. The blue category came out next, right? Di, mono, tetra, and tri. Dioxide, there's 2 oxygens. Monorail, there's 1 rail. Tetracycline is 4. Tetra means 4. And then triangle, of course, has 3 sides. The green category was the means, the instrument, the medium, the organ, okay, and the vehicle. The one that was a stretch for me was organ, but then Aranha reminded me that your organs, your kidneys or your intestines or your whatever, your bladder, are the means by which waste is extruded and all that stuff. So yes, absolutely. And then anagrams of musical instruments: a butt for tuba, bulge for bugle. That took a minute. I had to write it down, jumble style to see if I could come up with it. And then the second that I came up with it, Aranha said it in the text too, in the chat, which is funny. Bugle, groan for organ, and then voila, moved around a little bit, is viola. And what's funny about that is I said viola the entire puzzle. I was like, oh, there's an organ, there's a... What was the other one? Oh, the triangle technically is a musical instrument. And I kept saying viola. No, it's the French voila. The I makes a ah sound. Voila. Oh, boy. Okie doke. And then the mini crossword today was a 5x5. Fire-resistant part of redwood is the bark. Hello, there we go. App featuring personalized videos from celebrities. Cameo, must be AI generated. Where to find sponges that are always wet in the ocean. Ronda Rousey in the UFC Hall of Fame. Sure, didn't know there was a UFC Hall of Fame. Upturned parts of a canoe, the ends, right? They're up. I don't know. I feel like you could have written any other clue there and it could have worked for the word ends. Bring home the bacon. Change as a bill to amend. Passes time at the beach to read. Yeah, you might read to pass the time at the beach. Beer brand with Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale Kona. Well, planks, Russian twists, and mountain climbers help to exercise your core. I don't know what a mountain climber is. I mean, I know a Sherpa, an actual mountain climber, but what does that look like as an exercise? I don't know. Or a Russian twist. I don't know that either. I do know the plank. Everyone knows planks, right? You lay with your belly up in the air, with your up on your toes and your shoulders. Not your shoulders, your elbows. So... All right, and even though today was a tricky word, very tricky word actually, we got it in 5, which is cool. We started with ghoul, which was no help at all. Then we did spire. My watch is trying to take itself off. And then spire, we just got an S from that. And then we tried wacky, a non-intersecting word from any of those other 2. And that gave us an A and a Y. So the Y is in the correct place. Which is kind of wacky because, how many times have we seen lately the Y at the end of a word like this? I always say, they wouldn't just put a 4-letter word and put an S on the end. But if there is some word that has a Y on the end, they're going to do it. Y's are on the table. So then I was mixing letters around and I tried antsy, which told me there was an A, but I think the funny part is I put the S in the exact wrong place. It actually goes in both of those places. So then, what other words have an A at the beginning? There's an S somewhere. And I thought, man, maybe it's like ASS. But then what would that mean? There must be another A. That's a double S and a double A. Yikes. That's a risky guess because you're doubling guesses. And if you're wrong, then you've just wasted a bunch of letters. So this one was definitely tricky. Yeah, but we did okay. A say. Let me define that for you, because I forget. I even forget what the word assay. To assay. The testing of a metal or ore to determine its ingredients and quality. Or to attempt. I thought, yeah, more like attempt. I essayed a little joke of mine on him. Huh. So assay is the testing. Oh, I thought it was a verb. Maybe I'm mixed up. From the French essay, which means trial. Oh. As a noun, to test or appraise the determinant, to determine the components of a substance or object. As a verb, it refers to the act of analyzing or conducting a test. Assay, right? An assessment. Well, there you go. All right. Then we dove into the Strands puzzle. And in the Strands, there was the word constitution. And because you've got that right? These are our rights as free citizens of the United States. Hopefully, if you're not in the United States, you have similar rights. Because we have the ability to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We have a right to vote. We have the right to free speech, the right to free assembly, peaceful assembly, and then the right to counsel, representation in court. Awesome. And then we've polished it off with letterbox today. And we did fluorine with the E on the end. E for easy. And then Y for yay. And then A for aim. Nice. So we had to do it in 4 today. We did it in 4. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. My computer's starting to lag. I can see it. I need to restart my computer, I think. Thanks for a great stream. Thanks for helping me out on some of these that I don't know. I did just wake up. You can see it in the name. I did just oversleep. So my brain is not fully turned on. But after these puzzles, I feel like my brain is a little more turned on now. So it's good. We'll have a great day. We'll have a, full focus. Be able to focus. Oh, boy. All right. Well, thanks for a great stream. And I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.